G'day, welcome again to Game Again. Today we're going to be reviewing Golden Axe. I've got the Japanese version here. I also have the Australian version as part of the Mega Game 6. I will be playing that version which has the dual aspect, so we'll go through that later. This was a request from Jake, so Jake, we hope you enjoy the show and hope this brings back a lot of memories of Golden Axe, and yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Thanks. Okay, so 3 playable characters. Yeah, there's Gilius Thunderhead, which is the dwarf-looking guy. We'll have a look at all 3 of these as well, so we'll be able to see exactly what the game has to offer. There's also female character.
Okay, so C button's jump, B button's attack. Wait for them together, does the little spinny chop.
Obviously, A does that magical.
A say double directional is like a dash, by looking at she does a little kick.
So three characters. So the main character is Barbarian, Axe Battler. He also featured in a Master System spin-off, which was Golden Axe Warrior, and then that was sort of a rip-off of Legend of Zelda, and that had its own sequel on the Game Gear, which was a rip-off of Legend of Zelda 2. So sort of more role-playing game. That's a sprite that you can see on screen at the moment. It's just potions that you can pick up. You see there's potions on the top. Your health bar is down the bottom left hand corner, and it is a 2-player cooperative game as well. That's one of the steeds as well in the game, so this is what the game featured very heavily, having different ways to attack enemies. So it was first released on the arcade in 1989, then as I said before on the Mega Drive or Genesis 1989 in December in Japan, August in America, and in Europe we had to wait almost a full year after, which was in November 1990. It's since come to the Virtual Console for the Nintendo. It's also on many different Sega collections. There's Sonic's Super Mega Drive collection, which is on the American consoles of the Sega Mega Drive collection, Genesis collection, on the PSP. It's also on the PlayStation 2, on the PS3 as well, on the Xbox 360. So basically, this game has been around everywhere, and most people would be aware of it. Really, this cemented Sega as pretty much one of the king companies of the arcades at the time. And as you can probably see, it looks very heavily influenced from Conan the Barbarian. So that magic attack there.
That was the A button to do that.
So that's Tyrus Flare, and she's an Amazon. Now, according to the story, her parents were both killed by Death Adder, who's the main proponent in the game. So the story behind this game is Death Adder, captured the king and his daughter, which if it's bad enough, yeah, you need to go get both of them. He also captured the Golden Axe, which is the magical symbol or the emblem of the kingdom of Uria, which is where this is set. So you've basically the three heroes set off to go get Death Adder. That's that little sprite. They steal things. This is a little bonus level, and it happens at the end of each level. You got to get them back off him, and you can get one more extra potion as well. It was developed by Sega. It's a hack and slash beat 'em up. With the component, as I said, for the duel, Golden Axe the duel, it was sort of capitalising on the fighting games of the time. Might leave it there, and we'll just kick off the two-player cooperative version on this level. You can see now that we've started two-player mode. We just went through the first level, so we've just kicked it off here, back at the second level. These are the other two characters. I'm Gilius, jumping up and down there. You may also notice as well the magic up the top. We've got different amount of magic, both of us, different amount of magic slots. Now, Gilius has a higher amount of strength because he's got the bigger axe, and headbutt with his horned hat is quite powerful as well. Stage clicking there. So that's why yeah, different characters have different amount of magic, and they each have their own different magic base. So Axe Battler is land or earth based. Gilius is water based, I believe, from memory. Just have a look at the next set of enemies. Sorry, electricity based. Tyrus is fire based. So quite a cool game. One of the things is, do you remember this? You can see I'm attacking Oric there. It's yeah, you could actually attack your friend or brother or sister if they stole your magic potion, or if they just annoyed you.
Usually your brother and sister would get it.
Yeah. There's various different levels. The characters' design's quite good. I suppose capitalising on the popularity of Conan at the time, so probably would have watched this and imagined they were Schwarzenegger or He-Man this as well. Very popular. You can see now as well that we already encountered those same enemies, but now they've just got different colours. So that was one of the ways the game sort of got away with a variance of different difficulties of each of the characters or each of the enemies by just changing the colour scheme. So we might go straight now into the other different aspects of the game. Okay. Alright, so you've got 4 different options here. Arcade is what we were just in. Beginner is an easier version of arcade. The duel is the fighting aspect, so we'll go into that in a second. We've got different options. You can actually set your life meter higher or lower and change your different control options. So we'll just change that to 5, exit here, and we'll go into the duel. So now we get into a fighting game. It uses exactly the same mechanics as the main game. So the Streets of Rage style beat 'em up. But now we just have to verse each other. No magic, so it's just jump and attack. So it's nowhere near as good as Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2 or even Eternal Champions at the time. It's just seemed a little bit tacked on, and it really was just to capitalise on that fighting game aspect. But you can go through one player and verse different enemies. It allows you to, I guess, get your practice up on how to deal with those enemies and learn each of their attacks. Just with that double button, so pressing B and C, it does it the opposite of the direction which you are facing. So if I'm facing away from you, it'll attack you that way. So it spawned a couple of sequels as well as Golden Axe 2 and 3. There was also a as I said before, there was those spin-offs on the Master System and Game Gear as well. Yeah, there was also different versions as well. The Atari, the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, Spectrum. Really, it had such a widespread home console release because of the popularity of the arcades in the 80s and 90s. So there was this want of trying to get these games on home consoles, and that really was the Mega Drive's home selling point. This was a major franchise for Sega in the arcades, and a major franchise for Sega later on the Mega Drive. They always tried to market themselves as, you know, bringing the arcade games at home, and there are a number of different commercials at the time as well that showed off the arcade game next to the home console game and how it's the same. Once you win the game, it just resets itself. That's Golden Axe for the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, and I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, it's a game that's out on many different versions as well. You can quite easily pick this up as part of a collection, or it's available on eBay very affordably as well. So yeah, give it a go if you haven't yet. And yeah, it's quite enjoyable, and especially good to play together with a friend all the way through.
Yeah, it's a classic game, lots of fun.
Yeah, very cool, and a bit stylized, a little bit different to Streets of Rage, but it's the same sort of formula. So again, hope you've enjoyed it. Leave us a comment and follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and let us know what you think about the show.
Thanks for watching.
And catch you again next time.
See ya.